So, you've probably heard about this class of drugs. They are everywhere right now for weight loss. But get this, India just slammed the brakes on promoting one of them. The big question is, why? Why would a country do that when it's one of the biggest health trends on the planet? Let's break it down.
Okay, so here's the deal. India's top drug regulator, the DCGI, has basically said no more. They've completely banned the promotion of a super popular drug specifically for weight loss. And I mean a total stop. No ads, no marketing, nothing. You won't see it being pushed for that reason anymore.
And that's what makes this so interesting, right? This drug is part of a massive global craze. Everybody's talking about it. So why would India suddenly step in and just silence the hype? Well, the answer really gets to the core of how drugs are supposed to be regulated in the first place.
All right, first up, a sudden ban. Let's get right to it and talk about the actual drug we're dealing with here.
So, the drug at the heart of this whole thing is called liraglutide. Now, you probably know it for weight management, but here's the twist. In India, its officially approved purpose is totally different. It's actually meant to treat type 2 diabetes. And believe me, that one detail, it changes everything.
Okay, next section, the off-label issue. That gap we just talked about between what a drug is famous for and what it's actually approved for, that brings us to the absolute core reason for this ban. It all comes down to something called off-label use.
So what exactly is off-label use? It's pretty simple. It's when a doctor prescribes a drug for a condition it wasn't officially approved to treat. And, doctors can often do that based on their professional judgment. But here's the crucial part. The company that makes the drug is absolutely forbidden from marketing or promoting it for that unapproved purpose.
And boom, right there, you see the problem. Liraglutide got the green line in India to help people with diabetes control their blood sugar. But the marketing, it was all about weight management. Regulators saw that huge disconnect between the approved use and the promotion, and that's when they decided to step in.
So let's be super clear about this. The problem isn't the prescription. A doctor can still decide to prescribe liraglutide for weight loss if they think it's the right call for their patient. That's up to them. No, this ban is aimed squarely at the drug companies. It's telling them, you cannot market this for a use we haven't approved. It's all about the promotion.
All right, on to Section 3, the official decision. So how did this all go down? It's important to know this wasn't just some random decision made overnight. Nope, there was a very clear official process behind it.
So first, a committee of experts got together to look into this whole off-label promotion of liraglutide. After they dug into it, they came back with a recommendation: ban the promotion. That recommendation then went up the ladder to the top dog, the DCGI, who looked at it, agreed, and turned it into an official order.
And just so we're all on the same page, who is the DCGI? Well, that's the Drugs Controller General of India. Think of them as the country's top drug watchdog. They're the ones responsible for making sure medicines are safe, that they actually work, and crucially, that they're being promoted for the right reasons. When they make a call, that's pretty much the final word.
Okay, let's move on to the bigger picture here. This decision didn't just happen in a bubble. It actually landed smack dab in the middle of a massive global health trend.
You see, liraglutide belongs to a class of drugs called GLP-1 agonists, and I bet you've heard of them. Think Ozempic, Wegovy, that whole family. They work by mimicking a hormone that helps control your appetite and blood sugar, which is exactly why they blew up for weight loss. But what India's regulator is saying here is pretty loud and clear. We don't care how big the global hype is, it doesn't get to change our local rules.
And this really shows you how India's regulators think. Their main rule is simple. A drug's promotion must match its approved use. Full stop. It doesn't matter if it's trending on social media or making headlines all over the world. For them, the #1 job is to protect patients from marketing that could be misleading.
So, what does this all mean for you, the consumer? Let's get to the bottom line.
It's actually pretty straightforward. From now on, you just won't see ads or any other promotional stuff from drug companies in India that pushes liraglutide for weight loss. That whole marketing engine for that specific use, it's been switched off.
And make no mistake, the regulator is not messing around. They put out a statement saying strict regulatory action will be taken against violators. That shows you they are absolutely serious about this. This isn't some friendly suggestion. It's a line in the sand. Okay, so what are the big takeaways here? First, regulators draw a really hard line between a drug's approved use and how it's promoted. Second, at the end of the day, this is all about protecting you, the consumer, from misleading marketing. And finally, it's just a great reminder to always talk to your doctor and understand exactly what a medication is for and why you're taking it. And that leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. In a world where a health trend can go viral in a matter of hours, who's really responsible for keeping patients safe? Is it the companies, the doctors, or is it the national regulators like the one in India who are standing their ground?